Hey guys, what's up? This is the Demon Corpse, and today we'll be doing a manga review of Ayakashi Triangle, and it's by the author Kantara Yapi Kai. I probably butchered his last name. Sorry about that, but not good at saying words sometimes from other languages. But it's you probably know him if you're following him. He has done the artwork for To Love Ryu. I believe including a couple of other series I've not really read from him, but his most popular one is To Love Ryu. He didn't write the story for To Love Ryu, but maybe he had some influence in the story for To Love Ryu, but it was by another author that I have to look at more information about. But I have read some of the manga for To Love Ryu, but I haven't read enough of it. But I have watched the whole anime. I've watched all the OVAs for To Love Ryu, including To Love Ryu Darkness, all of that. I'm hoping for a season 3, but I probably have to read the manga for To Love Ryu Darkness. I believe the series for To Love Ryu is over with, sadly, but and I know there's some reasons behind that. I'm not going to get deeper into because that's kind of more personal in his area. Maybe when I do the actual review of To Love Ryu, when I do read the manga, I'll probably check it out. But I've read the whole manga as of now. Like the last chapter came out last Sunday. It was 141. There's 14 volumes, and he does the artwork and the storyline. This is like his own thing. And I mean, this series is amazing. It's so funny. It's so gullible. It's just like I'm excited for like the next chapter that's coming out, maybe next Sunday or whenever. And the story's mostly about a guy and a girl. Like it's kind of, I would say, modern day Japanish. And the guy turns into a girl because of like a demon cat like gender swaps him, and he's trying to become a boy again as a whole. That's literally what the story's about. And I'm not gonna get deeper into it. That's kind of what episode 1 is. And I've been trying to find the uncut version. Like, so mostly when I was reading it, I was like, oh man, this thing's censored. Okay, well, we got to. Because I went to so many different sites, and every site I've been to, it's like half of it's censored and the other half is not censored. So I'm like, I was like, okay, let's just give up. I mean, sad, but I'm gonna still read it just for the story and somewhat the sauce, if you know what I mean, for the sauce, because it has that night. Because his artwork is very unique. Like if you read some of his stuff, his artwork is very unique, and I did not know he actually did the manga for Darling and the Frank. I believe I have to look at more information, but if he did, I'm probably going to read the manga as well. I've watched the anime, and I know there's some differences in the actual manga for Darling and the I can't say because there's an R. Darling in the Frank. I can't say it's I'm bad saying R's. Don't hate me on that. But I mean, such a great series. And I mean, it does have an anime, but it is sadly censored. And looks like most people are hating on the series by just looking at ratings, but yeah, those people have bad tastes. They don't know a good storyline with some good sauce. I mean, it's probably because everyone's complaining about the fan service, and those people are probably the tourists, but the two I can't say because it's an R, but you know what I mean, I hope. But the people who are like, I'm a fan, but I hate this, those type of, I in some way, if you know what I mean, the people who are there but they don't really support the actual dude. For me, I probably would totally buy these books. The only issue is how good the translation is, because I was reading from a our mateys fan translation, so I would say I probably got the better version out of the if I bought from North America. And I just don't really like buying North American copies as a whole, just because most of the time I'm also thinking, like, even time I ever go Barnes and Noble, I look at mangas, I always like, oh, I'm gonna buy this, but then I automatically think, oh, the localizers, how good this localization, and I'm like, you know what, I'm just gonna pirate it. I just take a picture, put it back, and just move on. I don't like doing that, but I just don't like localization. Like it's probably bad. I hope the localization for this is not bad, but it probably is. Maybe you guys in the comments could tell me how good the localization is for this game, for this series, but I highly doubt it's that good. So yeah, so it's probably a good idea to just pirate it. And I mean, the best way to really support these type of books is to buy the actual Japanese copy, because one, you're getting the original source material. Yeah, it's in Japanese, so learn the language, and I do support that. Learn the language. So, yeah. Yeah, it's gonna suffer, but hey, welcome to Earth. We have to suffer. That's our punishment for disobeying God, for eating the apple. So that's our punishment. So learn, use your brain, as some people would say, like me, use your brain, because you have a brain, use it. So, but as a whole, looks like it's only gonna get only 12 episodes for the first season. So, because I've already catched up to the manga series, by the looks of it, we may just only get, as of now, maybe like an extra season or even 3 seasons. We could get 3 or 2 seasons, but then there could be some OVAs or like specials they could add to the Blu-ray release to get people to buy it. Be like, hey, we're making a uncut version for the Blu-ray release, and guess what? There's 2 extra episodes that were never aired, just to get people like, oh, I want to grab it now because there's 2 extra episodes that were not in the actual airing. So I don't know. Anything could happen, and I don't think they're going to be cutting. Well, that's the thing. You don't really need to cut things from a manga because, I mean, because of how the manga is done. It's not like a light novel where there could be many interpretations. Because a light novel, it gets in that realm of interpretations where, like, well, what does this mean or that mean, and that type of thing, magic. But with a manga, you can just copy the sheets and make an anime. It's probably more than that, but if you get my point, it's much easier for a manga series to get an anime adaptation because you have the source material, you have the localization. Well, not the localized, but the translations, if they're good, to make a really good series. But sadly, some people have to ruin that. Sadly. But as a whole, check this series out. But right now, I would probably give this series a 10 out of 10 just because I'm enjoying the fan service of this series, but I probably right now it's like around an 8 to 9 out of 10 because I'm really enjoying it. Looks like right now some people are giving like a 6 out of 10 or a 6.5. Those people have no life, and they're a bunch of newbies, I would say, and they're probably normies who don't really have a life. Let's be honest here. They're just those people who wake up, watch the news, get their regular programming, and then they move on with their life and be all depressed all day. So, yeah, sadly, that's just how our world is, sadly enough. But as a whole, I hope for the best. I hope this series gets a lot of support and gets another season, and I don't know how long the series will last. I think it could last. I mean, to 200 chapters, I wouldn't be shocked, but it could last even longer than that. But then there could be, like a spin-off or that type of stuff because I don't know, every time I ever watch like his type of artwork or like his, if he's working with someone else on like a series, I always like think even with To Love Ryu because I was when I was watching it like around the ending point of the series like with To Love Ryu Darkness's OVAs like season 2, I was just thinking, man, there's so much stuff that could be like continued, but I think he wanted to move on, and including the author who wrote the series as well, so they kind of had to move on. And I don't blame them. I don't. I think it's a good idea to work on new things and to move on. And they probably ran out of ideas, or they had ideas, but I think it's because of legal issues. Something happened, and probably some people can get deeper into it. But I probably when I do a review of To Love Ryu as the manga, I'll probably look at more information to see like what happened. But for right now, we're talking about this series, and it's really good. Check it out. And oh, yeah, even the characters, the characters. This is the one thing about me that I hate about me is that I can memorize their faces, and this is also real life as well. But I cannot memorize their names. So if there's a character you're telling me about, you have to show me a picture. Then I'll be like, oh, I know her. She's so cool, and I could like get into massive detail about her personality and all that. But everyone's personality in the series is really cool. I do like the character who's like the shark face. He has like that's what he has. He has like sharp teeth, and he has a cool ass design. And he gets so nervous when he sees umpies, and he's like freaks out and he panics and he just faints. I always laugh when I see that because it's like, oh well, it happens. I feel you. That happens. That happens to some people in real life who've never seen umpires. Like, and then they faint. It's so stupid but funny, in my opinion, wise. But some people have. weirdo, crude humor. But for me, I kind of laugh at anything just because I don't see the point of fighting my laughter. I'm just gonna laugh at it anyway. Like if you do a dumb joke at me, I'm just gonna laugh. I'm just like, because that's just who I am. I'm just gonna laugh because there's no point fighting it. But as a whole, there's a lot of cool stuff. And oh yeah, there's even I don't want to spoil it, but there's gonna be some areas where it'll be like, no, why did that happen? Like there's gonna be that type of reaction when you read the series around later on in the manga. You're gonna get those reactions where like, oh, that character was so cool. Like no, like that type of thing. But that's that one character, and I'm not going to spoil it, but when you read the manga, you're going to get that reaction if you are interested in this type of genre. Because this is a romantic comedy, so it has those moments. But besides that, like, share, and subscribe, and I hope you guys do check this series out if you have a chance. If you don't want to support the North American release, I understand. I fully do, and you may not have the money because I don't have money. Sadly, I have money for video games because I make sure I have enough money for that, but I don't know. I just don't like collecting books, and I've always kind of talked about that because it takes up a lot of space, including video games. But for me, I like collecting video games because I can replay it because it's my odd like vibe of me where I like to play a game 6 times and I know everything about it. I don't get bored. I because I always freak out if it's a horror game like Dead Space. Or I've played that. I don't know how many times I've played it. I played it 6 times. So the last walkthrough I did, that was my 6th time playing it, and I still freaked out. There was some areas in that game I did scared because it's just that game is so well done. Like it will scare you like many times. Well done game, but we're not talking about Dead Space. Let's move on and get this video done now because I could get deeper into that series. But besides that, I hope you guys keep supporting my channel and I don't know what's next, so maybe To Love Wii or maybe something else that I'm reading that I'll try to get to, but that's about all. See you, scavengers.